Hey, it's Steph. Thanks for watching today's video. I'm going to be picking out my products for my October makeup basket, and I also take you along and create this look. I love how it turned out, very smoky and grungy, and I'm just now realizing that my shirt matches this wall, but that's okay. If you're interested in seeing the products that I pick out and how I create this look, please keep on watching. So these are the products that I pulled for last month to use during the month of September, along with my project pan items. As you can see, there's a few holes in like the steps of the makeup. Let's start off with the foundation. I use this Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation, probably I would say around 10 times. I'm definitely a little more familiar with this guy. It's a little too dark for me on its own, but I made it work, and it definitely has a dewier finish. Even when I set this and used a mattifying primer, I did get oily throughout the day. So I'm gonna put this back in my collection and pick something new for October. I also had this Milani Soft Focus Glow, just so I could get a little more familiar with this as well. I ended up using this to mix in with my Project Pan foundation, my Smashbox Studio Skin. And I actually liked that. It gave that foundation a little bit more natural finish, and it also changed the tone of the foundation, and it matched me a little better, which was so interesting. But I will be putting this back in my collection. I just wanted to quickly show you the difference. This is the Smashbox Studio Skin foundation by itself, and then this is it with that Milani Soft Glow. So it definitely changes the undertone. Is more neutral, but it also makes it a little darker. For concealer, I picked the Maybelline Fit Me and my e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer because this guy's a little too dark, so I thought I would mix these together. And that worked. I use this combination almost every day. This is still pretty drying, and I don't think I added enough of this to make it less drying. But yeah, it was a good combination. I probably would use more of this with a little less of this next time, but I will be putting these back in my collection. For my brows, I had picked my NYX Micro Brow Pencil, but if you saw my recent summer empties, I did empty that. And I also picked my Colourpop Brow Boss Gel. I've said this before, but I don't feel like this does a whole lot for my brows, but it does help define the hairs a little more, especially when I get some powder on my brows after powdering my face. This helps tone that down. And I was using my Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder. I use this quite a bit, and I enjoyed it. I did not notice it helping my makeup last any longer, but it looked pretty good under my eyes. And then this guy, my Too Faced Melted Matte. Love this. This is one of my favorite items in my collection. So I actually will be keeping this in here, and I will be keeping my Colourpop Brow Boss because that's my only gel. Here is a basket of all of my new goodies. I have my Lancome Tinted Ultra Wear and also my MAC Studio Fix Fluid. In my Ultra Wear, I have 090, and my MAC, I have NC10. These are both pretty fair. So it's the perfect time of year for me to whip them out. This I've never used before. but I have swatched it, so it is open in my collection and it costs a lot of money, so I want to get some use out of it. And then this is very old, barely hanging on. I don't even know how much product is in here, so I will definitely use my makeup spatula to get what is in here out. If you're curious, this is what my makeup spatula is. It's just like a small pointed arrow. Because those foundations are a little fair for me, I decided to include my Cover FX custom cover drops. They sent me the wrong color when I ordered this. Of course, it was like years ago and I never returned it because I thought I would use it as a mixer. Well, I haven't. And so I wanted to throw it in here so I would remember to use it. I also just threw in the sample of my Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue just so I could get it out of my collection and use it up. I wanted to pull out my Huda Tantour. I have the shade Fair. I've only used this a couple times, but if you have seen my video talking about the makeup I'm excited to use for fall, I included this in that video. So I want to try the reverse contour where you put it under your foundation. Because I used up my NYX Micro Brow Pencil, I want to pull out my Tory Bell Brow Pomade Gel. And I have the shade Dark Brown. So I'll use this with my gel. For concealer, I'm gonna pull out my Benefit Boing Cakeless Concealer. I have the shade 2.5. I do enjoy this concealer. I wanted to pull out my Colourpop Cream Gel Liner. I have the shade Teaspoon. I just thought this would be fun for fall. Do some green looks with it. And I also have this Colourpop Super Shock Shadow in the color Midnight. I also included this in my video talking about items I'm looking forward to using in the fall. It is a gorgeous bronzy, I don't know what color, but it just screams fall to me, like smoky fall eyes. I pulled these two products for my mascara. I actually pulled this one out, the Urban Decay Subversion. I pulled this one out first and I opened it and realized it's a primer. And honestly, it looks pretty dried out. So this month I will find out if it's still good and if it should stay in my collection or get decluttered. For my actual mascara, I pulled out the Fenty Beauty Full Frontal Mascara. I used this yesterday and it was okay. The wand is interesting. It's wide and then when you turn it, it's thin. I don't know if you can see that, but it kind of helped get the back side of my lashes easier. For my blush, I decided to pull out my Bare Minerals Northern Lights palette. This is a blush here, but also two eyeshadows that I could play with if I felt like it, but I mainly chose this for the blush. For lip products, I pulled out my Velvet Kisses Long Lasting Liquid Lip, and I have the shade Plum. This is a gorgeous vampy lip, and I thought it was perfect for October. Spooky season. Another lipstick is my Colourpop Cream in the shade Cinnamon. And this is a beautiful brown color that I'm excited to use. Fall vibes. I also pulled this It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores. I have the shade Light. I actually keep this in my bronzer stash because it's very dark. This is not light, but I wanted to experiment with this. I want to treat it kind of like the Bare Minerals Original foundation. And I actually have the brush for it. So my plan is to dip it in here and then swirl it in the cap and buff it on my face. Hopefully that'll work out. If it doesn't, I might end up pressing this to see how well it works pressed. And if that doesn't work, I will have to declutter it because I can't make this work for my skin. Now let's go put it on my face. I have my basket here, and I also have some of my project pan items to fill any holes. Let me just put my hair up. Let's do a George Washington bun. Beautiful. I've already primed my face with my Soap & Glory One Heck of a Blot primer. Let's try the long-awaited, at least for me. I have been dying to use this and I'm so excited. Let's just do a swatch on my hand first to see what we're working with. Oh my gosh, it matches my dress. Okay, definitely going to need to mix this. Oh boy. So I'm gonna take my Cover FX drops. I don't know the condition of these, so I hope they still work. That is the trouble with having old makeup in your collection. I'm just gonna use one drop because that's pretty dark, and I'm just gonna see if that does anything. Oh, I may have used too much. One drop. Okay, definitely helped. Still a little dark, so I'm gonna add another pump of this basically white foundation. Look at that. I'm gonna go with that. Put this on my face. I hope I mixed enough. Do not waste product. I'm gonna take this sponge that I got off Amazon. It's in like a pack of 4 or 6 or something from a brand I've never heard of, but seems to work pretty well. It's blending out pretty easily. Unfortunately, I will not have time to do a wear test today, but I will definitely do that if you guys are interested. I think if I used more product, I could have gotten more coverage. I really enjoyed mixing these cover drops in there. I think it was like perfect. Okay, taking my Benefit Boing concealer. This packaging is so cute with the eraser. Like it erases your blemishes and your dark whatevers. Your dark whatevers, you know. Whoa. Look at that. Wow. I forgot how much I like this concealer. That completely brightened up my under eye. It looks so smooth. Very nice, very nice. That looks so good. Okay. I'm going to try out the light side of my Essence Contouring Duo palette. Trying to hit pan on the dark side. I don't really have a goal for this side, but I still want to try it out. So let's see what this powder does for me. It looks pretty good. This is why I put this in my stash, because I always forget to use it. Didn't use it. But I only set my under eye. Oh, so I can use it. I just couldn't, I didn't use it under my foundation like I wanted to. So I'm just gonna take it with my finger and go slightly above my cheekbone. This stuff is so pigmented, but it blends out really easily. My hair always gets in the way. It's a little warm for my liking, especially for like contour. For my forehead, I'm actually going to take this IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores powder. And I have my Bare Minerals buffing brush, and I'm just going to lightly tap it in the product and then swirl it around in the cap so it's evenly distributed on the brush. Because this is like a face powder and it's Bye Bye Pores, it's very smoothing. I think I like it. It is pretty finicky though, so I'm curious how much I'll actually use it this month, but I'm happy that I pulled it out. For blush, I'm gonna take this guy. Beautiful. I loved this blush years ago. Honestly, it looks very similar to all my other blushes that I have. Once I use some of these up, probably try like a different shade. Like all of my blushes are pretty rosy and pink. So I'm curious what other shades look on my skin. I did not pull a highlighter, so I'm just gonna go in with my Merry Luminizer from my Project Pan. Because neither of the eye products that I pulled are very good for like the transition for like my crease, I'm just gonna go in with the contour side of this palette. It's a nice cool tone brown. And I'm not gonna take any more product, but I'm gonna run this on the sides of my nose to create a subtle contour and just underneath right here. I'm gonna go in with my Colourpop Shadow in Midnight. I'm gonna take this on my finger and put it all over my lid. So beautiful. Whoa. I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting that. I thought this shadow was like super dried out and just not gonna be that pigmented. But I'm pleasantly surprised. Now, obviously with my finger, I can't get in like the inner corner and just, it's messy. So I'm going to take this e.l.f. brush. It's like a fluffy brush. Don't know how well it's going to pick up on a brush though. And I'm just going to blend it out a little bit. There's definitely some sparkles that are moving around. I wanted smoky and I got smoky. Jeez. Oh, I love it. I am going to go back with that contour shade and just run it through my crease again, just to blend those two together even more. I'm just going to take that contour shade again on this little teeny flat shader brush and run that on my lower lash line. I think I want to smoke it out more. I'm going to take this shade again. Very happy with that. Now I'm just going to go off camera and do my brows and I'll be right back. I am back and I'm going to try out this Urban Decay Subversion Thicker, Longer, Bolder Volumizing Lash Primer. It is white. And it does not look like there's a ton of product on here. Let us see. This is really hard to do with such a small handle. Like I feel like my hand is right next to my eye. Well, you can definitely see them. I'm just gonna do one eye just so we can compare, see if it's worth using. So on my other eye, I'm gonna use my Fenty Beauty Full Frontal. So you see how it's like flat and then you turn it and it's skinny? I have the flat, like kind of horizontal, not vertical, but horizontal. And I have that pushing through my lashes. That makes sense. Kind of go in vertically behind my lashes and then rotate it out so it kind of scoops them. That's the only way I know how to describe it. But here is the lashes on one side. And then I'm going to go in the other side with the primer. I am definitely seeing some fallout on my face now that I'm like so close to it. Okay, I definitely see a difference. What do you guys think? These are like almost touching. Look. But yes, wow. I was not a believer, but now I am. I should have tried that with my NARS Climax before it died on me. Now is the time to decide what lip color. Should I go full on fall or keep it neutral? Let's try neutral first. Just because I love this color so much. This is in the shade Cool Girl. I don't think I mentioned that when I was picking it out. I love this look. Oh my gosh. Makes me want to like go put on a grungy outfit. Not going to, but dang. I am very happy with my selections. I feel like I did a pretty good job matching my foundation too. Not bad. So that's it for today's look. I hope you enjoyed watching me pick out my makeup for October. I'm definitely going to be doing this look again. Love a good smoky eye. If you do as well, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy makeup content. So I see you in the next one.